What's going on? We're back. The Michael Garza Show, challenging conventional wisdom. As always, this is what we do on this show. That's what this show is about. We challenge the conventional wisdom, and we're happy to do so. Now, I'm happy to be back, obviously. Feeling feeling better, I guess, Christmas was pretty good. I got to be around family, got to be around my girlfriend and her family, and it was nice. It was very nice. It was a pretty comforting Christmas. It wasn't like all out or anything like that. And my dad was feeling pretty sick, so he didn't want anybody to come over because, he didn't want to get everybody sick, and that's okay. And that's understandable. We'll have a kind of a post-Christmas when he feels like he's feeling better. But I'm very happy that I got to be around the people I love and care about, and that matters a lot. Random player, what up, G-Dog? But no, I do want to talk about one thing, and I feel like it's the biggest money pit, and it's the biggest lie. Now, post-Christmas, obviously, we like to talk about these things, whether it's Christmas or not. Post-Christmas, though, day after Christmas, we're talking about how I think the home, and by the way, I challenge conventional wisdom all the time. I think that this show prides itself on challenging the conventional wisdom of the world. Because, to be honest, conventional wisdom isn't wisdom at all. It's really conventional dumbassery is what they should call it. And maybe that's what we should call it on this show. Conventional dumbassery, right? And I think putting all of your equity into your home might be the dumbest thing you could ever do. I really do find homes to be stupid as an investment, right? I don't think you should have all your equity in your home, right? By the way, if you were to chart, like let's say I want to do a quick, let me post something here real quick here. I want to do a bit of a graph, all right? Not a giraffe, a graph, all right? I think this is important. And what's great about ChatGPT is you can actually have it do an analysis, a pretty good one at that. I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now, if I purchased a house and the VT in separately in 2010, what would the outlook be today? In this scenario, I buy a home for standard home in 2010 for, let's say, $100,000. And at the same time, I purchase $100,000 worth of the VT. Which is the better long-term investment side by side? Now, this is going to be an interesting one. I think this is going to be very interesting. Now, I've done this with the S&P 500. I compared buying a home in 2010 to buying the S&P 500 ETF in 2010 as well. But I've never done this before, where I said, hey, what if we bought the entire world, the VT, and we also purchased a house? Same amount of equity, by the way, at the same time. So $100,000 house, $100,000, and this is an average of what the average growth of the house would have been and the average growth of the VT. Also combining dividends, right? Now, when you're investing in the VT, you're investing in the entire world, and you're investing in the world's equities, right? U.S. and other international companies, right? The beauty of this is they're all productive assets. In theory, in all theories, productive assets always win out over non-productive assets. Now, real estate's an interesting situation. Real estate can either be productive or non-productive depending on what you're doing with said real estate. For example, if I own a home and I'm living in it, it's technically a non-productive asset, unless I am using it in some way to make money. Now, it can be a productive asset if I'm leasing it out to maybe some renters, right? It could be a productive one. But assuming I live in that house, right? Assuming I live in that house, and assuming that I also buy the VT on the side, which is the better investment over time? Which is if I just long-term held $100,000 into the VT, $100,000 into an actual home? Yeah, I was spending Christmas with my family and everybody, and trying to make sure spread my time out as much as possible. But yeah, this is exciting, you guys. I think that, what we're looking at right now in the world, it's a very interesting scenario, man. I'll put you on my wish list. I drew a star right by your name. But no, it's good to see everybody here. As you all know, I love doing this show. I love talking to you guys. You guys make this show very fun, I got to admit. And if it wasn't for you guys, man, I've streamed early before. This isn't the first time I've actually streamed early. This is actually a little later than I was expecting. I wanted to get some. I actually ended up getting a Walmart gift card from my girlfriend's mother. And it was really cool. I ended up getting some pomegranate juice and some Sensodyne enamel repair toothpaste because I've been having a slight toothache. It's slight, but it's not like really bad at the moment. Random player, everybody makes the channel fun, not just you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I think everybody here makes the show fun. What if I'm wrong and you were right all along? So get this, I'll put you on my wish list. I drew a star right by your name. Now, it's good to see everybody, though. Obviously, good to see everybody, though. I was looking at, it's funny, when I went to Walmart, I was actually looking at a couple things. I ended up looking at a couple, I was looking at another Yeti microphone. It's more of a condenser mic is technically what you would call it. It's like the Yeti GX, but I thought, no, this microphone's been fantastic for me. It's a very clear sound, and I want people to hear the range of my voice. I want it to feel like we're in the same room together sort of scenario. So the Yeti Blue actually does a very good job of capturing everything around it. So I tend to keep the Yeti. What if I'm wrong and you were right all along? So get this, I'll put you on my wish list. I drew a star right by your name. You're always in the front drawer. I won't be a loner anymore, 'cause it's never always the same. All right, here we go. I got that song stuck in my head, man. It's All American Rejects making some sweet-ass Christmas music. What's up, everybody? What does inclusive mean? I don't know. Let's try to make sure everybody's included, man. So I'll make sure everybody's got the, feels welcome as much. Well, I mean, Anyway, so I want to talk mainly about. I really do think that putting all your equity into a home is a black hole. I really do. I think it's a total black hole. I don't understand why people put their entire equity in their home. It makes zero sense to me. And if you guys can make it make sense, if you guys can defend it, I'm fine with that. But here's the thing, man. I choose REITs because I can have diversification with REITs without paying an arm and a leg to get the diversification. Now, I have several REITs, so I am massively diversified to the real estate sector through REITs. Now, are they a little rate sensitive? Absolutely they are. They can be. They're not fully. But yeah, no, I have a wide range of REITs, and I'm not gonna lie, man. If the entire REIT market crashed, I would be buying some of the ETFs and just holding on to those for dear life because I love ETFs, man. I think they're fantastic. And I don't know how anybody couldn't love an ETF, man. ETFs are fantastic. They're so sexy. You're very sexy. It's funny, man. I when I look at my portfolio, I realize, damn, dude, I am way diversified, man. I'm diversified more than most investors. And I think the reason for that is, I'm always a little bit afraid of, I guess part of me is a little bit afraid of not having enough, Yeah, I don't know. I like to stay diversified, though. I think it's the smartest thing that one can do. And especially when I'm swing trading, man, like the VT, I will hold on to the VT as long as I need to. Like, I'm not going to, sell it at a loss because I know it's the global market, and I know that there's an advantage to having that level of diversification in the world of swing trading. Are the gains super fat? Not really, but there is volatility there one way or another. There's always volatility with equity markets. I've seen the VT drop very hard before. That can happen, man. And when it does, it is a buying opportunity. That is a real buying opportunity because you're literally buying the entire global market at a discount. What is cooler than that? And the VT, by the way, has 10,000 holdings. Oh, yeah, by the way, we got to check out the ChatGPT results. ChatGPT? We got to check the ChatGPT results real quick. Okay. Okay, so let's see what the ChatGPT results are. All right, here we go. I'm going to read exactly what ChatGPT just told me, all right? Here's a clean 100K versus 100K side by side using VT total return, dividends reinvested, and a standard U.S. home using the national Case-Shiller Home Price Index. That's fair, which is a price index, not rental income. This is as close to apples as we can get without picking a specific city or house. That's fair. What $100,000 in 2010 looks like by late 2025. If you bought near the start of 2010, home value price only, let's $226,900. VT value, total return, $470,400. Compounded from 2010 to 2025 year-to-date annual total returns. If you bought near the end of 2010, just to show timing sensitivity. Okay, whatever. After inflation, what's it worth in 2010 dollars? So using CPI, home price only roughly $152,000 to $159,000 in 2010 dollars. VT total return roughly $282,000 to $315,000 in 2010 dollars. So which is the better long-term investment? Purely as an investment growth of your $100,000, VT wins by a lot in this national price only home comparison, roughly 2x the ending wealth, give or take, depending on the exact 2010 by date. The big caveats, these can flip the story. Home return isn't just price. Living in it means you earn housing services. You avoid paying rent. Renting it out means rental income matters. Case-Shiller doesn't include that. Home ownership costs are real. Property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs, and big transaction costs, buy, sell, can eat a meaningful chunk of appreciation. Now, leverage changes everything. If you used a mortgage, your return on your down payment could be much higher than the home's price, also with higher risk. Location matters massively. Some metros beat global stocks over certain periods, others don't. Others didn't. Now, overall, on average, if we're going by the averages, it is better to own an entire index for the long term of productive assets, like stocks. Straight up. That's just the truth. Oh, man. So I was doing some workouts last night because my mom needed to do some workouts in the weight room area. So I was doing this one where you like grab the little bars and you pull down, and I don't know what I did, but I'm pretty sure I pulled a muscle right here. Like I'm feeling it right down here. Like I pulled a muscle big time, and God, that hurts. But yeah, so overall, I think that, look, the truth be told is there's a lot of costs that go into owning a home. And I do find that owning a home is kind of a black hole for your actual investing future. I believe if you want to be a real investor, a real good one at least, you're going to own equities. I really think that's the best way to do it, man. But, we got the fake real Garza in the house. And random player, no, you will not. Hell no. Is that factoring in cost of rent into the ETF value? What do you mean by that? Hold on, let me think about that real quick. Cost of rent into the ETF value? Well, so I'm assuming that the person lives in the home. Now, if we were to factor in rent, I can actually see if ChatGPT can calculate that. Now, I'm going to have ChatGPT factor in renting out the home into the equation. I think it might make it closer because you do get income from renting it out. Yeah, we got a fake real Garza in the house. He's fake. It's a fake. We got a fake real Garza, you guys. He ain't real, man. He ain't real. I'll put you on my wish list. I drew a star right by your name. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're definitely trying to rack up subs, so please tap that subscribe button right here. The more subscribers we have, the better. Over renting instead of owning a home? Oh, I see what you're saying. Truth be told, like, I'm just assuming that you put $100,000 into the VT ETF, and I compared that side by side, $100,000 into a home, and did a side by side comparison. The home does technically beat out. No, sorry, the ETF, the VT ETF actually beats out the home. But I am doing a factor where ChatGPT is going to factor in renting out the home. Where would this be a superior equity if ChatGPT calculates like a fictional rent into this? Now, we'll see. We'll see here. I think overall, though, man, I do love real estate. By the way, I'm not dogging on real estate, but if you have all of your equity in just a home, one single home, I think you're really screwing yourself. I really believe that. I think you're screwing yourself. And the best way to unscrew yourself in that scenario is to make sure you at least have stocks in you know what I mean? In index funds, ETFs, man, because diversification is a very good thing. In fact, diversification, in my opinion, is the best insurance policy overall. And if you're diversified across the entire equity space globally, I mean, you have a major advantage over most people. I don't think most people are diversified enough. I think that you need to not only be diversified in equities, you need to be diversified in bonds. You need to be diversified in commodities. You need to not just have gold, you need silver. Somehow some exposure to uranium in that space. But yeah, I think it's good to be, I think it's good to invest. I think investing in stocks is a good thing. I think people underestimate the value of a good stock portfolio. Especially a well-diversified stock portfolio. People really underestimate that. Big time. Straight up. So don't underestimate those advantages, you guys. Do not underestimate those, man. It's real. It's always in the top drawer. I won't be a loner anymore. 'Cause it's never always the same. Ronnie McNutt. Who is Ronnie McNutt? Don't know who that is. Sorry, you guys. I don't always keep up with the news. In fact, I usually make fun of the news because I think the news is full of garbage, full of depressing stories, and doesn't shine a light on the good in the world. Because there is good in the world, by the way. But a lot of it gets outshined by the shitty events that they put in the news. And also, I do believe the news is lying to you half the time. I do believe mainstream media lies completely. And I just don't trust it. So it's always been very tough. Even, by the way, and everybody, some people are like, oh, it's because you like Trump, right? And it's like, no, not that. I've actually had a disdain for the mainstream media for a very long time. And I always believed that if the mainstream media was telling me something was bad, chances are it probably wasn't, you know? And that's one of the reasons I voted for Trump, because the mainstream media is kind of a real teller. I feel like they are the teller of lies, and yeah, so I will always, whatever the mainstream media tells me to do, I tend to do the opposite. I'm intelligent about that, though, by the way. You know, I don't really watch the mainstream media, but when I do, it's usually garbage. It's usually, and local stations are just as bad because nobody watches the news on TV anymore. So if you're watching the television news, you're really getting hot garbage spilled into your guzzard, gullard, or whatever. I really do think the news is stupid. I don't think the news is good. And there's no journalistic integrity. It's all opinion pieces at this point. Now, here's the thing. I don't claim to be a news show. I'm an opinion-based show. I do look at some articles, but even then, I don't look at a lot. I have ChatGPT scope out the best stories out there. I have it analyze it for me to be as truthful as possible. I do think ChatGPT can be a pretty good neutral arbiter for the most part. And I kind of just gauge the story by that. But I don't even like talking about the news. I don't like talking about events that happen. I like talking about concepts. I believe that talking about actual concepts is more important, things that actually make your life better. And one of the reasons why I talk about things like homes being a black hole for your money, I do believe it's a black hole for your money. I don't believe it's a good thing. I think diversification is the real key. I think that, look, if you want to own a home, that's fine, but don't make your home your only piece of equity. I think that's stupid. It's not diversified enough. Not financial advice. Talk to a financial advisor, obviously. But I think any financial advisor worth their salt is probably going to agree with me on this one. I'd like to believe they would. But who knows? Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they'd be like, no, this Michael Garza guy, he sucks. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more simp subscribers we have, the better. We're trying to up the simp subscriber count as much as possible because I want you guys to be my simps. And I want you to be the pimps. It's good to have you all on here, though. I really appreciate it. Ryan is saying from 2010 to 2025, there were 180 months of rent due at $1,000 a month. That's pinches. Nothing to improve your financial standing. Interesting. Let's take a look here. Okay, below is the national index model. Let's see. Okay, so home return equals price appreciation plus net rental cash flow after vacancy expenses. Below is a national index model, not a specific city, using home prices, the Case-Shiller National HPI from January 2010 to September 2025. Rent growth, CPI, rent of primary residence, VT total returns count, Let's see. No rent, okay. So I'm trying to figure out which is the better investment after rent is applied. I think, honestly, because you're really turning the house into a productive asset, a cash flow based asset, right? So you can allow its natural appreciation to happen. You rent it out, depending on the renovations you got to do, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you could come close. Like, I still think that the problem with one single home, though, is you're not diversified. If you're putting all of your equity, all of your net worth into a single home, I think that's probably the worst thing you could do financially. I think that you kill yourself financially by doing that. That's my opinion. Not financial advice. True. Very true. Very true, Ryan. I see where you're coming from there. This is not a financial advice channel. Make sure that you talk to a financial advisor at all times. Very smart to talk to a financial advisor. You guys are killing me here. But I want to say I appreciate all you guys. You guys make this show very fun, very entertaining. So, big shout out. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. I just think that, yeah, honestly, Michael Donaldson, I've considered buying a house at one point. I have. And Merry Christmas, by the way. I know it's post-Christmas, but Merry belated Christmas to everybody as well. But thank you, Mr. Donaldson. Yeah, no, and here's the thing. I'm not in the market to buy a house at this point. In fact, the more I look into the market, the more disgusted I am at how overly priced most of these shitty-ass fucking houses are. I understand it's a supply and demand issue for the most part. But at this point, man, my main investments are straight up the VT. The VT and other random index ETFs. I use the VT to swing trade, and then I just use the other sector ETFs that I have as long-term holdings. And I have some covered call ETFs for a little bit of extra income as well. But outside of it, though, man, I'm a little disgusted. I'm a little disgusted by the home pricing, the markets for the homes. I'm actually taking a look at the. We're a little down today on the market. Oh no, is the VT down? VT's a little down. I will say one thing I've noticed is there is kind of a correlation between the VT and Bitcoin. A little bit, right? When VT goes down, Bitcoin tends to go down. When the VT goes up, Bitcoin tends to go up. Now, granted, I think the reason for this is because of herd mentality. And the problem with the stock market is everybody's trying to copy each other. And me personally, when everybody's selling off, I'm buying. When everybody's buying, I'm selling, right? That's my motto. And that's one of the reasons why I make so much money swing trading the volatility of the VT, for example. Because when everybody's buying, the price goes up, I'm selling. And then when the price goes back down, I buy a little bit more. And, I take advantage of the volatility, for sure. Well, here's the thing, man. I've got a very, very large portfolio. I've got a very small wiener, but I've got a very large portfolio to overcompensate for my small dong. Now, I will say this, though. The big thing is a lot of my equity is in equities. But I'm very spread out, right? My risk is so spread out. I have bonds. I'm not a big fan of bonds, but I still have some bonds. I have exposure to commodities through a lot of various commodity ETFs. I also have exposure to commodities through owning mining companies. I own a lot of mining companies. I'm very diversified there. Ryan is saying, Garza, we need to talk on video chat or something on homes because I'm about to. Well, here's the thing, and that's great, by the way. If you are good, if you are amazing, Ryan, at building homes, and you're good at that, like, more power to you, brother. But my thing is, I mean, if I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to build a home, I might be able to learn how to build like a tiny home, But, like, I don't know if I could ever build a full out. Like, I'd probably build a shed. ET says the good thing about rent is the mortgage still gets paid if you decide not to pay the landlord. No, I prefer renting though, because honestly, my rent, I'm very fortunate, is low. So I take all the money. Oh, you'll be hiring contractors. Okay. Now, I wouldn't mind. Here's the thing. I wouldn't mind buying land that's already been, modified to have some sort of home on it, Now, I would not mind buying land at all. Seriously. I'd be A-okay with just buying a plot of land. I don't know what I would do with it. Maybe just let it appreciate. Maybe I would use it. Maybe I would, if I fell upon hard times, I could live on that land for whatever reason. I could live out of my car, something. Because I don't know. I do feel like there's a bleak outlook for the U.S. economy, and it's not because Trump is in office, by the way. I think this goes beyond political. I think the Federal Reserve is ruining this country, straight up. I believe they have been for a long time, by artificially keeping the interest rates low. They've been doing this for a long time, and it's ruining things. And one of the reasons why I stay in equities, one of the main reasons I stay in equities, is because, honestly, I get massive cash flow. I get massive cash flow from my equities. I have a lot of dividend stocks, but productive assets, in my opinion, outweigh everything. And also, I do have exposure to real estate. I own so many different real estate investment trusts. These are companies that actually own. And when I own these companies, these are companies that own actual real estate. They lease out that real estate to other people, right? So there's a big advantage to that. And I think that it's really overlooked in so many ways. I sound like Chris Hansen when I say in so many ways. No, I'm not against, by the way, I'm not against people owning real estate. I'm against people having their real estate, like I'm against people having like one or two homes and that's all they have for their equity, right? I think that that's a problem. I really do. I believe that to be a huge problem. And I'm very happy that I own what I own, man. I think it's smart. But I will say another fun fact is I own a lot of different ETFs as well, index ETFs, and that's the best thing is I'm highly diversified. Yeah, I own a lot of different equities for sure, and yeah, I'd be stupid not to. I own a few ETFs that are actually, it's funny because I'm exposed to the marijuana sector now. Because if they make it to where marijuana is actually rescheduled as as not such a bad drug, then it'll be huge. It'll be huge in the medical field, and I'll be making a lot of money off that shit. I'll be making a lot of money. No, but I own a lot of my portfolio is very vast. I own quite a bit of equities, man. I'm an equities guy, dude. That's what I am, man. And as long as you're diversified, I think that's the main thing. I'm diversified across the globe. I've owned the VT, man. The VT is, honestly, the VT makes my pee-pee go, right? The VT makes my pee-pee go. VT makes my pee-pee go. Vanguard Total World Index. Yeah, it's the shit, dude. Make sure you guys tap the like button, though, and tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we have, the better. The more likes we have, the better. So please tap the like button, tap the subscribe button. Like I said, we're trying to reach out to a wider audience and trying to get out there a little bit more on this show. And, yeah, so tap that subscribe. Yeah, but you could say I don't own shit, but I do own shit, man. I own my shit, dude. I own an entire cryptocurrency portfolio. Oh yeah. No, it's funny. I do have crypto in my Robinhood account, but I only bought it as a joke. I bought like a dollar's worth of like stupid crypto, my griftos. Yeah, crypto is a grift. Straight up. It's a grift. And anybody who says otherwise, like, it shocks the crap out of me when people say that crypto isn't a grift. It's a grift, for sure. It's the griftiest of grifts, dude. It's beginning to look a lot like Griftmas. Are we all grifters? We're all grifting in America. America, it's wonderful. We're all grifting in America. America. Oh, yeah. Here we go, dude. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, 1, nothing wrong with me. 2, nothing wrong with me. 3, nothing wrong with me. 4, nothing wrong with me. 1, something's gotta give. 2, something's gotta give. 3, something's gotta give. Hope. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. We got a lot of simp scribers. I love it, dude. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. I don't want to put frosting on my face right now, dude. Not feeling that. I ain't feeling that, my brony brother. I just ain't feeling it, bro. You're a pink brony, bro, and you dance at the gay club. Oh my God, I'm just having fun. On the stage in my hooves, I'm wearing a man thong down at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on crapping down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. Pink Brony Club. Everybody's hanging out at the Pink Brony Club, dude. Hell yeah. Make sure you guys tap the like button and also tap the simp scribe button too. We need more simps and we need more pimps. But yeah, I still believe that equity, all your equity being in your home, I think really is a bad idea. Like, I really do. I think it's a really crappy idea. All equity in the home, yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Not a fan, bro. I'm not a fan, my Pink Brony brothers. I'm not down with it, man. But yeah, no, I still think that putting all your equity into your home, I think it's just bad. It's not. Diversification really is a true strategy, and I think it's a healthy one, more than anything. I think if you're not diversified enough, man, you are in some capacity screwing yourself. I really believe that. So yeah, putting all your equity in your home, I think, is just so wrong. You got to be diversified, man. You got to be in stocks. I think, it's not financial advice, but it's just the way I see the world. Damn, dude. Oh, I have never been this sore in my life. Like, seriously, ugh. Like, that was really, like, I can't even, when I lift my arm, I feel like I might have tore a muscle maybe. Man, I think if I tore a muscle, it would probably hurt worse. But, yeah. Yeah, it's, Orange Mobile, what are you doing, bro? Get the F out of here, bro. What the damn it. There they go, dropping those inappropriate things, dude. You don't do that. Don't do that on this show. Come on, man. Come on, my bronies. What are you doing? 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Young propane says this guy gets it. 6-7. 6-7. I wouldn't say that we're a brain rot show, but this show is primarily about investing and the benefits of it, and staying diversified and spreading out your risk as much as possible. I think spreading out your risk is more important than spreading out your cheeks. I think spreading your cheeks can be a good thing, but I think spreading out your risk is better. So diversification is one of the main things that we talk about on this channel. Come on, man. You know the thing. Yep. Mr. Donaldson is so sexy, dude. Hell yeah. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, yummy, yummy. 6-7, yummy, yummy. 6-7, yummy. Hi, Billy Mays here. God, I was watching these YouTube poops, the Billy Mays YouTube poops on the tubes, and dude, these were incredible, man. So fun, dude. So Young Propane says multiple brands of penis pumps from multiple stores. Absolutely, dude. Here's the thing. I love the Bathmate. That's still my favorite dong pump. Bathmate's the best, dude. Bathmate is critical in my life. 6-7, yummy, yummy. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Oh God, I feel like such a chode. I love the Wiggles, by the way. Shout out to the Wiggles, everybody. But no, I feel like such a chode because I'm out here shouting 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, and it's gay. It's extremely gay. Okay. And I feel like such a word I cannot say because I will get banned, but I feel like such a you know what. And yeah. Hmm. Five golden blings 2 something something, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Hey, Rose, that's very beautiful, man. So Rose is saying happy Christmas. You hope to have a nice time. My heart goes out to the people alone for the first time who are lost family or having a bad time. Yeah. I was able to spend Christmas with my mom and with my girlfriend and her family as well. You know, it was very, a very low-key Christmas, nothing too crazy, and it was very nice. It was a very nice little Christmas. I really appreciated it, and yeah, it was very basic. We didn't go all out. I think that kind of just appreciating everyone around you is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Whoa, and Garza with his shower buddy. You talking about my bathmate, dude? So the bathmate is a hydro dong pump. Michael Donaldson. It's a hydro dong pump, okay? Keep the bathmate's name out your mouth. There's nothing wrong with hydro dong pumps, by the way. Anybody who gives me crap. I'm just kidding. No, I think I deserve all the crap in the world for owning a cock pump, but I think it's hilarious, dude. I love the fact that I own a bathmate, dude. I think it's hilarious. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Bradley, happy birthday, Parv. Hello. How you doing, my brony brother? What's up, dudes? Bradley, happy birthday, brother. My brony brother. We all bronies, dude. I am so happy, by the way, that Chris Hansen gave me a shout out, gave this channel a shout out, basically. I'm now on Chris Hansen's radar, you guys. I'm very stoked. Very happy about that, by the way. I love Chris, dude. Chris is the man, dude. Michael Donaldson says, sorry, Garza, it wasn't. Trying to make fun of your alone. Shower time, yep. Bathmate's awesome, dude. Actually, that was it. That's pretty funny, though, man. That really is pretty funny shit, dude. I love it. No, I deserve all the flack in the world for that bathmate, dude. Bathmate's cool, though. I'm a big bathmate fan. I think more people would like to have the bathmate in their lives. It does what it needs to do. It gets the job done, and it's the GOAT, man. It's the GOAT. It really is. It's the GOAT of keeping your dong strong, in my opinion, And who doesn't, by the way, want a strong dong? I know I do. I want my dong to be strong, dude. So, I got to keep my dong strong, man. Got to keep my dong strong like Rondon Volante, dude, from... What up, dude? What's up, my brony? My brony brother. How you doing, Aukie? Hello, my brony. Make sure you tap the subscribe button, though. Parv for sure says... Okay. Yeah, Parv, I'm not going to respond to that comment. But I will say, make sure you guys subscribe to your channel. Subscribe to my channel. Everybody subscribe for more of this fun, fantastic content like Chris Hansen. Yeah, more subscribers we get, the better, you guys. I mean, we're really trying to really pump it up. Like a bathmate, yo, pump it up. Like a bathmate, yo, pump it up. Like a bathmate, no, pump it up. Like a bathmate, yo, 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 I'm pumping it up. Like a bathmate, yo, I'm pumping it up. Like a bathmate, ho, I'm pumping it up. Like a bathmate, no, I'm pumping it up. Like a bathmate, yo, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it up, pump it up. Michael Donaldson says, all right, Garza, I'm out. I've got somebody showing up in a minute to inspect the new electrical work in my home, something you should purchase as well. I mean, everything's looking pretty good so far. But hey, good job, man. Hey, get that inspection done, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go now. Here we go into new days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here I go now. Here I go into new days. I'm pain, I'm hope, I'm suffer. Yeah, 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 yeah. Will you bury me when I'm gone? Will you teach me while I'm here? Just as soon as I belong, then it's time to disappear. What up, everybody? My brony baloney brothers. It is I, your host, your brony. Yes. What data dumps are you talking about, E.T.? What are you talking about, my brony brother? Fulton? If you want to call me baby, just go ahead now. And if you like to tell me maybe, just go ahead now. And if you wanna buy me flowers, just go ahead now. And if you like to talk for hours, marry him or marry me. I'm one husband, can't you see? I ain't got no future or family tree, but such a good song, dude. My brony baloney brothers. I can be your brony, baby. I can goon away the pain. I will goon every day. You can goon the pain away. I can goon every day. And I can goon away the pain. I can goon right here forever. All my bronies take the pain away. I can be your brony. Talk to me. Tell me your name. Oh, wait, hold on. On the side, you better rock me up all night. I'll let her rough me up till she knocks me out. 'Cause she talks like she talks. She talks like she walks. She bangs. She bangs. Wasted by the way she moves. She moves. No one ever looks so fine. It reminds me that a woman's got one thing on her mind. Inside out, living la vida loca. She'll push and pull you down, living la vida loca. Her lips are devil red and her skin's the color of mocha. She will wear you out, living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. Woke up in New York City in a funky cheap hotel. She took my heart and she took my money. She must have slipped me a sleeping pill. She'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. She'll make you live a crazy life, but she'll take away your pain. Like a boulder to the brain, come on. Oh, side inside out, living la vida loca. Oh, man. It's so cool, dude. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Talk to me, tell me your name. You blow me off like it's all the same. We got Brony brothers everywhere, dude. We've got the bronies. We've got the bronies in the house. We've got the bronies coming along. And they're all wearing juicy man thongs. And we're all wearing juicy man thongs. All the bronies coming around, all the doing everything. They are screwing everything in my house. What the hell, brony, get the hell away. All these bronies are doing things, and it's starting to freak me out. All the bronies are clowning around. All the bronies are getting down. Brony, brony, brony. Everybody do the brony time. Everybody wants to be a brony all the time. Everybody wants to be a brony all night. Everybody wants to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Damien. I try to keep my voice sounding a lot like Michael Bublé, and I like to have my speaking voice sound a lot like Chris Hansen in the cadence in which I speak. I'm Mike Hansen, Dateline NBC. It's fun to talk to all you guys, though. My brony brothers. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. So maybe we'll find out a way to make it back someday. To watch you, to guide you through the darkest of your days. If a great wish shall fall upon us all, well, I hope there's someone out there who can bring me back to you. Hey, make sure you subscribe, though. If you haven't subscribed, Hell Life, Merry Christmas in advance. Happy New Year, stranger. Thank you, Hell Life. Make sure you tap the subscribe button, though. It really helps the channel grow. It also allows you to see more of this crazy material, you know. So, no, I really appreciate everybody here. I want to sound more like Alex Jones, though. A little more like Alex Jones. A little sexier on the goat, obviously. No, it's great, though. I want to thank everybody who subscribed and tapped the like button. The more people tapping the like button, the better. Tap subscribe, tap like. It really helps the channel grow. So I really appreciate it, you guys. My brony brothers. You guys are incredible. I don't care who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you subscribe. Don't care what you done, as long as you subscribe to me. I don't care. I really don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you subscribe. God damn it. Please subscribe. I want more simps. I want more pimps. Do you want to be a pimp? If you want to be a pimp and you want to be a simp. You used to call me on the cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on the cell phone. Late night when you need my love. And I know with that hotline bling. What up, dude? Everybody likes all this shit. All this shit on my clear. Why is everybody gooning tonight? Why is everybody gooning? Why is everybody gooning tonight? I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. Everybody's gooning tonight. Everybody's gooning and it don't feel right. Everybody's gooning tonight. And it doesn't feel right. Everybody rock and roll. Everybody take its toll. Everybody wants to know what you're doing right here. Everybody wants to know what you're doing right here. Get out of my hole. Get out of... Why is everybody trying to get inside me? Why is everybody trying to look so sexy? Why is everybody doing duck face? Why is everybody making me feel like a disgrace? Everybody wants to say, everybody wants to know. I goon 3 times a day. I don't really know why. I don't know why I am that kind of guy. Everybody says, look it, yeah, Everybody thinks I am so sexy. Everybody thinks that I'm so messy. Everybody thinks that I've got a problem. Everybody thinks that I'm so damn fine. Everybody knows I'm so damn fly. Everybody knows I'm so damn fine. Everybody knows why I am here. Everybody knows why I am here. Oh, I know why. Oh, I gotta know. Oh. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. You know the game and we're gonna play it. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. We known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Dude, thank you, Jaden. I appreciate it, my brony brother. Make sure you, if you're not subscribed, make sure you tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the better. If possible, also give this video a like. Give this stream a like, I should say. And thank you so much, Jaden. I appreciate the comment, my brony baloney brother. I appreciate it, man. My brony brothers. But yeah, super chats and gifts are read first, big time. But I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you. The bronies, dude. I gotta check something real quick, bronies. Sloth Silky says, guy sounds like he could be an ESPN commentator. Hell yeah. No, I think I could. Yeah, you know, in today's headlines, we have Derek Jeter. No, I probably could be on ESPN. I don't know. I don't think my voice is that good, but maybe it is better than I think it is. But yeah, here I'll read an ESPN sports report, ESPN article, anything really. We'll look at okay, so is Seattle's this is an article by Brady Henderson. Is Seahawks Zach Charbonnet challenging Ken Walker III at running back? Between the on-field evidence and off-field comments, all indications are that Zach Charbonnet is going to have a significant role in the Seattle Seahawks backfield this season. Some hints have been subtle, while others have been obvious. And they've been mounting. The latest came over the weekend, 2 days after Charbonnet shined in his only series of the Seahawks' second preseason game. Kenneth Walker III practiced Sunday for only the fourth time this month, prompting a question to Coach Mike McDonald about all the time he's missed in between the spring and summer. McDonald jumped at a chance to acknowledge that while they need to preserve Walker ostensibly as the team starter, they also need him to get more work than he's gotten in order to be ready to play in the new offense. I just read that from a random ESPN article. So Sam Bram is saying, hey, you going, brother, Garza, man? Yeah, no, so Sam is wondering if I've lost weight. Maybe the goatee makes me look thinner. It is possible the goatee actually makes me look thinner. I don't know. But I've noticed that I've been gaining more muscle because I've been doing more push-ups. My arms are extremely sore, though, because I did like 100. I can't even lift. So I was lifting like this. I was doing these like 1, 2. But yeah, my arms are extremely sore right now because the way I was pulling down, I think it was my muscles were not. I was hitting some muscles that I'm not used to working out, even while doing my push-ups and stuff. So that was tough. Sam Bram is saying he's canceling the wedding today. Whoa. Sam, this is breaking news, bro. I know we've been talking about this, but obviously I don't want to make any decisions for you. I'm not going to tell you this is bad, this is good. And I've been trying to be as neutral as I can on this. I want you to really think for yourself. Sam, I am curious, man. Why you can't? I know that you felt like your brother was choosing your bride, but was the wedding supposed to be today? Like, was the wedding supposed to actually be today? You feel it's too much? I understand, man. Look, if you got cold feet, you got cold feet. I'm not gonna make you feel bad about it. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna look at it as objectively as possible. I'm gonna try to look at this as objectively as possible, man. Yeah, it's a weird situation, Mr. Fox. Yeah. You feel like you're pressured into the marriage. Absolutely, I get that. Yeah, I understand that you felt like you didn't choose her, and hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. If you feel like you got to cancel it, look it. It's good to trust your own judgment. It's good to really think about these things. It's good to think about these and think about it in any way that you see fit. All right. If your judgment's bad, okay, fine, but still, do your research. Feel if this is the right way to go. If you feel like you really want to be with this person, though, well, like, here's the thing. Besides the fact that your brother picked her, do you actually like this gal? Are you actually attracted to, like, if you're attracted to this girl that you're about ready to marry, like, then no problem. Maybe you should get married. But if you're not, if you don't feel anything, if you don't feel any sort of connection between you and her, okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of prearranged marriages, by the way. I don't think that they're good. I think that, first off, I think marriage is a very archaic thing. I'm not a fan of marriage at all. I mean, I could always change my mind later in life, But I think the reason I'm not a fan of marriage is I just saw marriage from a very dark lens. And it was very tough for me to want to see marriage any other way. Change my mind later. But I think the reason I'm not a fan of marriage is I just saw how. And my parents treated each other like shit when they were married. It was really rough. Wait. So you've only So hold on, let me get this straight. Sam, have you ever met this person? Sam, have you ever met this girl? You've only chatted with her online. Have you ever, like, met in person? Like, have you ever had an exchange of real sentences? Not online. I'm talking about face to face. You can actually see each other really in the same room together. Have you ever been in the same room with this girl? So you're telling me that you guys have never, like, even hung out, like, actually hung out together? You met her twice in real life. What did you guys think of each other? Man, the more and more I hear, Sam, the more and more I hear about your situation, the more I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, what is happening? What is happening, man? This is crazy, Sam. This is wild, man. Dude, Sam, your story gets crazier and crazier every time. I mean, it seems consistent, but I felt some of these details needed to be heard. Oh, okay. So, by the way, to what we were talking about earlier, which is a better investment, VT or owning a home? It turns out VT is still a very good long-term investment, and that owning a home is still very detrimental. It's like, even if you're renting it out, VT still, like, if you're owning the VT and you reinvest the dividends, if you own the home and you rent it out, side by side comparison, $100,000 invested in each, VT still outperforms a home. This is why I tell people diversification matters, man. Yeah, dude. I am not a big fan of Sam, I'm not a big fan of that tradition at all, man. Hey, TJ says he's very lucky in his marriage. We never had, find only a small few disagreements. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I will say, like my girlfriend and I, we've gotten into a couple verbal arguments before. We've been together for 5 years, and we've had a couple verbal arguments. I mean, I've gotten pissed at her to the point where I've had to walk out of the room. But and she's gotten pissed at me before. We both, my girlfriend and I, we do have some different points of view on how the world should be, on how our own world should be. But for the most part, I mean, we have fairly common values. We don't see things the same politically, but yeah, I mean, that's not important though. I mean, me personally, I believe in individualism. Like, that's the big thing. Yeah, I don't know, but I love her. We're not that different ultimately. Yeah, we both have the same taste in music for the most part. But, I'm able to look past differences and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm very lucky to have her in my life though. And like I said, in the 5 years that we've been together, the fights have been few and far between. Sometimes we get a little annoyed at each other, for sure. It happens. I mean, I think every couple gets annoyed at each other at a certain amount of time. It's just, I think that just tends to happen. And, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the arguments that for instance, whenever my girlfriend and I get into an argument, it can get a little heated. I never, I never raise like a fist or anything, nothing like that. But I'll raise my voice for sure if if I'm a little irritated. I'm like, ugh. But that's about it. I think I think it's about the limit of what it should be, and I think arguing is a good thing. Not all the time, but I think arguing allows people to actually get to the bottom of what they're thinking. I think that if everybody agrees with each other, this is why we're going to fail as a society. It's because we failed. Honestly, I'm not saying there's anything like if you don't get into fights, it's amazing. But, at the same time, I think that if you have some differences and, sometimes it sucks. It's not always it's not always the worst thing in the world. But, But yeah, overall, great relationship. I got lucky, and I'm probably not an easy guy to be around. I'm very obsessed with the stuff that I do. I wouldn't say to the point of it affecting my health or anything, but like, I don't tend to be neglectful either. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sam, you gotta. Well, Sam, look, I don't know what the situation really is ultimately. I say you got to do what you got to do, man. Well, Sam, I mean, ultimately, you get to decide what you want to do with your life. If you think that this prearranged marriage thing is a bad thing, which I'm not a fan of it either, so I do see where you're coming from completely. So prearranged marriages, that just doesn't fly with me at all. I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah, I say you do what you got to do, man. We here on the channel, we want to see you succeed in many ways. So, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. And may God have mercy on your soul. No, I think you got this, man. I mean, you just do what you feel is best. And, your brother might get pissed. He probably will get pissed. Have you talked to your brother about this? Like, be like, hey, dude, Sam, have you actually had a one-on-one with your brother and be like, dude, I think I'm going to call off the wedding? That maybe you should. Have you talked to him about any of this? Because I think it's important to do so, man. I'm going to make myself some Southgate chili. Well, if you feel like you would regret going through with it, then maybe you shouldn't. It's really up to you at the end of the day, man. Just remember, you're the one who's got to make your own decision. It is your life. Look, man, I say, you know what? If you want to defy your bro, I say, if you feel like that's the right decision, you got to make the decision that you feel is best for you, because it is your life at the end of the day. ET is saying, take Garza's last name. Oh my god. Oh, you guys are so gay. Why are you gay? Hold on, I'm gonna make my chili.
Laugh out loud.
Oh, do we get a super chat? No, we got another subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate you, Brony. We have Crockett21. Hey, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. Don't forget to tap that subscribe, man. You definitely lost weight. Yeah? Thank you, brother. Sam, I have a legit question for you, man. Sam, are you gay? I'm not trying to attack you or anything. Are you more attracted to women than men? Or are you attracted more to men than women? Are you bi? So I'm trying to figure you out, bro. Because you love... I feel like you... I don't know if maybe... I'm not saying that you calling this off makes you gay. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying... Are you gay? No, and if you are, great. If not, great. I just want to know. I'm trying to figure this out, bro. It's confusing. Okay, you're straight? Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. All right. So you're straight, and clearly it sounds like you're not attracted to this gal. You probably got other gals in mind that you would rather be with. Okay, that makes sense. So, and you feel like your brother and his wife picked her out for you rather than you picked her out for yourself. Okay. Totally get it, man. Totally get it. So, yeah, and really ultimately, like I said, it's up to you. Do you want to be in that relationship or not? You felt like your brother picked her out for you, and that is an understandable concern, my man. I get it. I'll tell you what, I would not want my brother picking who I get to be with. That's for sure. Unless it was somebody I actually liked, you know what I mean? But luckily, I have the woman of my life. And I'm very fortunate, man. I'm very fortunate to have somebody who really loves me, really cares about me. And I the same. I love her. I think I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. She understands my minimalism too. Like, I was afraid she wouldn't. How much I like not having tons of material things, because I just feel like, I do live by the adage that, what you own ends up owning you. I do have that. I do feel like that's a real thing. But yeah, this whole thing, man, this whole thing with Sam Bram, I mean, I say you do what you got to do, brother. If you feel it ain't right, it ain't right. If you feel it's right, then great. But I totally get it. I get it, man. By the way, my girlfriend doesn't give me any money. I try. Here's the thing. I am cheap. I will take her to restaurants every now and then. We make sure that I try not to make her spend money on me. I really don't like that. I don't mind it, but I don't want to make a habit of it. And I just care about her. Is my girlfriend a feminist? Yeah, I mean, I'd say so. Yeah. I would say she definitely leans. My girlfriend definitely leans pretty left for sure. I would consider myself not a modern feminist, but I would consider myself a classic feminist. In the sense that I do want to see girls succeed. I want to see young ladies succeed. I really surprisingly am pretty pro-choice when it comes to abortion stuff. I believe up to a certain point it gets pretty gross. Like, if you're waiting until the month number 9 to abort, I think that's disgusting. But I do understand that some people, I have no right to choose what people do when it comes to the abortion side of things. But I do hope that some people have a moral quarrel with I think once you get to month number 7, 8, and 9 and you decide to abort in those months, I think that's pretty messed up. But yeah, no, overall, I would consider myself a fairly classical feminist. If a lady wants to stay in the kitchen, she can stay in the kitchen. If she wants to be a businesswoman, she could be a businesswoman. Like, I'm very supportive of all these things. I feel like modern feminism, though, has vilified women who do actually want to be housewives. And I'm not saying these should be. I'm just saying the option should be there, and that all choices that women want to make should be accepted by other women. You know what I mean? I feel like feminism has gotten very toxic in modern times. I feel like classic feminism was actually better. I feel like because they actually were okay with women doing what they wanted to do, right? They wanted women to have a choice, right? If you didn't want to be in the kitchen, you didn't have to. If you didn't want to work, okay, fine, go be a housewife. That's fine. Do what you want to do, right? And I think in modern society, we vilified, any woman who chooses to do the traditional role. Like I said, I don't really care what role. Like my girlfriend, I love the fact that she is a go-getter. I love the fact that she works. I think that's great. And for me personally, I just think that, I believe women should have a choice. I believe women should have the same choices as men for the most part. I don't think women have the same, capabilities as men. I think, mentally, I think that women are just as capable as men. Women are just as capable as men mentally. I've seen it. Do men and women have different interests? Typically, yes. That is true. They do. And I believe that men and women should have their own choices, their own... Do I believe in equal opportunity? Sure. If you can do the job well, if you could do it better, yeah, I believe... Look, I'm very much a classic feminist. I'm not deluded enough to think that men and women are the same. Men are stronger. Men are just naturally stronger. Testosterone is a real thing. I may be a classic feminist, but I'm not a moron. There are differences between men and women. And I think that gets ignored in feminism a lot, in modern feminism. And it's a delusion, right? I think that you can't ignore the biological differences between men and women. You just can't. I think that's so stupid to do. And it's unscientific. So, yeah. Anyway. So, Sam, you're going with the wedding. Okay. Well, hey, Sam, get that wedding underway, bro. Do what you got to do, bro. We're not going to tell you what to do. We're going to just encourage you to make up your mind, do what you got to do, man. We're not going to tell you what to do, but we're going to really encourage you to just do what you think you got to do, Do what you think you want to do. Hey, dude. My brony, dude. We support you, man. Whatever decision you think you need to make, man. As long as you feel it's the right one, man. Yeah, I may not know the situation, but hey, if you feel like you want to go traditional, you go traditional, bro. You do what you got to do. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button and tap the like button as well. The more likes and more subscribes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow. So please, if you can, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. I'm looking up something, you guys. I have an idea. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Let's log in with my other one. Whatevs. Bronies. My brony brothers. Okay. I figured something out, you guys. This is so hot. This is so sexy. Hey, man. You know what? You being here, Sam, and you help you. We get a thrill out of helping you, man. I get a thrill out of helping people. So you gave enough by letting us try to solve a problem. You know what? When we're engaged in trying to solve a problem, that is what makes us happy. So you gave back to the community by giving us a problem to try to solve. So thank you, Sam. I appreciate you, brother. My brony brother. We all bronies at the end of the day. My brones, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I gotta take a whiz. Oh. Hold on, I gotta take a piss. Motherfucking cheese, dude. Motherfucking cheese. Hi, Michael Garza here. Okay, so okay, my brony brothers. I got to do something real quick. So the simp scribe button's right about there. So what if we pull this probably to around? Okay, so that should be good. We're doing a little arrow, trying to tell people to, hey, you need to simp scribe to the channel. Make sure we put that behind. Yeah, we don't need a live sub count. That's stupid. That's dumb. Yeah. You got it, Brony. That's what we're here to do, man. We're here to help you out, bro. As best as we can. Not saying we're always going to be successful, but we'll always give it our best try. My brony brothers. I made some amazing nachos here. Chili nachos, and I keep fucking knocking this thing over. Okay, my bronies, what's up? All right. Woo! Brony brothers. What up, bronies? Oh, shit. There we go. That's really good. Look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. My brony brothers. Hell yeah. Delicious. My bronies, dude. You guys are the man. Oh, you're tracking Santa on your live stream? Hell yeah, dude. Oh, I'm always going to be mukbang. I love mukbangs, dude. They're so good. I assume everybody wants to watch me eat. Is that not the correct assumption? I assume this is what the people want. I'm going to say for sure, Southgate chili, amazing. I love chili, you guys. I can't help it. I just love chili. You can throw cheese in there. Throw cheese in that chili. We're good. Oh, shit, dude. Is Trevion Henderson not playing? All right, well, luckily, I do have Ramondre Stevenson as my backup running back, so if I need to, I could put Ramondre in. I gotta check my fantasy football. Hold on. Yeah, I might have to play Ramondre Stevenson because I think that Trevion Henderson may still be in the protocol. So I'll keep Ramondre Stevenson on there just in case I forget to set my lineup. But usually I'm pretty good about setting lineups before the game starts. So yeah, when it comes to concussion protocol, the rules are pretty strict. So I have a feeling that Ramondre Stevenson may end up leading the backfield. That's what it's looking like. I'm eating chili cheese nachos. These are I got some tortilla chips, and the reason I'm eating them with a fork is because the chips were all crumbly, so I had to do what I had to do. It's pretty good, man. Pretty tasty. And just like that, I got 0 viewers. Nobody loves me on this channel. I did get a lot of viewers already, though. I'm actually shocked. Level of viewership I ended up getting. Pretty good. But thank you to everybody who subscribed today. We got a lot of subscribers today. More than I would have ever expected. So make sure you guys tap the subscribe button if you can. Tap the like button, tap the subscribe button. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one, so it does help a lot. I appreciate it. I'm Mike Hansen, Dateline NBC. Hello. Oh, yeah. I'm eating the good stuff, man. Chili cheese. I'm on my knees for that chili cheese. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, tap the like button, though. The more likes and subscribes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. It helps my dong grow as well. So why do you hope that Chris Hansen sends a cease and desist letter? Because I keep doing I just doing impressions of Chris, man. I love Chris Hansen. I think Chris would appreciate this. Well, I don't know if Chris would actually appreciate this show, but I will say I appreciate Chris, though, and everything he does. Chris Hansen's an amazing... For fuck's sake. Now, the question is that everybody wants to know is, why does Chris Hansen, get me going so much? Why am I so in love with Chris Hansen? Chris Hansen's the man. He's been pedo hunting for a while, and he's catching those dudes. I appreciate what he's doing, man. And if you don't appreciate Chris Hansen, you're a bad person. Just kidding. Chris is the man, though. Dude, wouldn't that be awesome if Chris was watching this show? Like, if Chris, Hansen was actually a fan of the show, I'd be stoked. Dude, I would be like, dude, Chris Hansen loves my show. I mean, dude, it would be amazing. What little does Michael Garza know that Chris Hansen is a huge fan. Now, I don't know if he's a fan or not. I'm just lying. But Chris is the man. I'm a big fan of Chris Hansen. So, Chris, if you are watching, man, you're awesome. I think what you're doing is a good thing, and catching these creeps and taking them off the streets. I really do think it's a good thing. So good on you, my brother. Now, that'd be awesome if Chris was watching right now, dude. I'd be stoked. I'm a Chris Hansen fan, bro. What's really impressive is that he does the show, and he's not, super cynical towards the world as far as I could tell. I think he knows what he's doing is good, though. I think he does, and I'm really proud of Chris Hansen for coming as far as, like I said, I'm a huge fanboy. I'm a Chris Hansen fanboy. And the way I handle myself on this show kind of, kind of is Chris Hansen-esque. And, Chris Hansen inspired a lot of other people, too, to have a certain style, a certain bravado in their approach to doing things in media. I'm Mike Hansen. I will admit, dude, Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC back in the day, Chris Hansen, that was peak Chris Hansen. I still think what he's doing is incredible. And he's more unhinged in his newer stuff. But, yeah, I think he's great, man. I'll be back a lot. All right, eating some more of these nachos. The Booty Warrior, dude. I likes you, and I want you. I calls you Chris Handsome. I love Chris Handsome, dude. I call him Chris Handsome as well. Like, he's great, dude. Chris Hansen's the man. Guys, big shout out. We're at 6,548 subscribers. We're only 2 subscribers away from hitting the illustrious 6,550. Now, that's a huge number. And I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. You guys have made this channel incredible. I've created a Brony Brother community, so make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, tap the like button, please, because we're almost to 6,500. Oh, we're at 6,549 subscribers. We're only 1 subscriber away from hitting 6,550, so please tap that subscribe button right now. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one, so I appreciate it big time. Tap that like button, tap that subscribe button. It really helps us out, and I want to thank you guys for just being so incredibly supportive and making this show what it is. I hope I've provided enough entertainment for you guys over the time that I've done this show, and I want to keep providing more. So more subscribes. I live off of the subscribes for the most part. But yeah, we're at 6,549. We're only one more away, one more sub away from hitting 6,550, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, brother. Let me eat more chips. Oh, you think so? Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you, Ryan Sebastian, for that compliment. I appreciate you, my brony brother. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, though. I'll give you an opinion still, Elijah. Just subscribe to my channel. I don't really care. I don't really care about your AI slop songs. I like AI, though. AI slop content is pretty gross. I'm like, get away from me. Pink brony bro, pink brony club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the pink brony club. I'm gonna keep on fapping down in West Hollywood. What are you talking about, Udo? Make sure you tap the subscribe button, man. Udo, I need you to subscribe, brother. I need everybody to subscribe. I want the world to know my name. 'Cause I want the world to know my name. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care. And I don't want the world to see me. 'Cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming. All the moment the truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. That's a good song, man. It's a damn good song, brother. Yeah. You guys are my pink brony bros, dude. Hey, guys, we're only one subscriber away. We need one more subscriber, okay? One more. We need to tap that subscribe button. Tap it hard, dude. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please tap that subscribe button. My pink brony bros. Hit it. You're a pink brony bro. Dude, my boy Sook. Did we get a new subscriber? Oh, we're almost there, dude. We're only one sub away from hitting 6,550 subscribers. One sub away from hitting 6,550. I'm feeling it, dude. You're a pink brony bro. and you dance at the gay club. Oh my God, I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves. Oh man. Oh, thank you, Sook. I appreciate you scribing to the channel. Hey, we're at 6,550. It helps, man. They call me witty. Thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button, though. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. Song Jones says, good afternoon, Michelle. Michelle Jaquan is my full name. I'm a pink brony bro. Ranjin is wondering where I'm from. I'm coast of Oregon, brother. I'm Tony Stark. I feel like I got the Tony Stark mustache. The simps, dude, the simps. All the simps be acting like pimps. What up, my bronies? Well, we're kind of having a little bit of a late Christmas, so I spent the Christmas day at my girlfriend's place at the beginning of the day, and then I went over to my mom's place and hung out with my mom and Byron, and that was really cool. Yeah. So what is everybody doing? Did everybody have a good Christmas? I guess is the question. I hope everybody had a pretty fabulous Christmas. It's the hope, at least. I really am hoping you guys had a great Christmas, though. All you guys. It's incredible. We got a lot of incredible brony brothers out here. So many bronies. So little time. You're a pink brony bro. But yeah, we're getting more and more subscribers, which is kind of wild to me, man. We're really surprisingly kicking butt. I love it, man. Brittany Powell. Hello, Brittany. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you can. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one, so we appreciate it. Oh yeah, like I said, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, tap the like button. The more likes, the more subscribes we get, the better. It does help this channel grow in so many ways. It won't help my dong grow because my dong is really tiny, but you know, like we gotta figure it out somehow, man. Sorry, I got a tiny dong. I can't help it, man. I did not expect seriously, I think I pulled both the muscles, right here. I pulled them. I feel like they're just totally, wrecked. I was able to do, 6 push-ups this morning, though, thank goodness, but I think the muscles I was using were completely different than the ones I usually do push-ups with, so I'm feeling pretty good though. By the way, I still do think it is very stupid to have all your equity in your home, and I could cite. First off, now conventional wisdom would say that it's okay to put all your equity into your primary home. But that's stupid, and I call conventional wisdom conventional dumbassery, because conventional wisdom is not wisdom at all. At the end of the day, the irony of it all. It's not wise to follow conventional wisdom. And so here's the thing. Putting all of your equity into your primary home is risky because it concentrates your wealth into one illiquid, local, high-leveraged asset, which costs you can't diversify away, okay? Here are the big reasons. So first off, there is zero diversification. It's a single asset plus single zip code risk, right? Your home's value is tied to one local market, jobs, crime, schools, taxes, insurance, weather risk. If that area gets hit in any way, your whole net worth gets hit along with it, okay? It's also illiquid when you need when you most need liquidity, okay? So you can't sell 10% of your house to pay a bill, right? Selling takes time, closing costs are huge, and you may be forced to sell in a bad market. That's a huge thing. I don't like the lack of liquidity with homes pisses me the fuck off. All right? The fuck off. And there's also like high transaction costs. So like there's realtor fees, closing costs, inspections, repairs, staging, moving. It's expensive to access your equity compared to with selling like a fund or an ETF. I can sell the VT at any time I want, right? I can swing trade the VT and sit comfortably while drinking my coffee or whatever the F I'm drinking, right? There's also high transaction costs. Also, by the way, speaking of coffee. I'm craving a little bit of a French roast. Even when your hope is gone, move along, just to make it through. Move along. What up, dude? How you bronies doing? Do I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? They're pretty good. I like them a lot. They make me kind of they bone me up, dude. They get me all boned up. Past inspection. What a stud, dude. Got your electrical stuff all figured out, my man. Hell yeah. You're a beast. Michael Donaldson, man. Dude, I will say, if Trevion Henderson ends up having to sit out, man, it's going to be crazy. Oh, dude, Mr. Donaldson, you're getting solar panels installed on the top of your house? Hell yeah, dude. What a stud, dude. Whoa. Brad Stevens, are you talking about your D, dude? Are you talking about your dangus, dude? What do you, Brad Stevens? What do you do, Brad? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing, Brony? I got so many bronies on this chat. Kim Jong-un. I want to go to Kim Jong-un. Oh, Sasha 1917s. Hey, Sasha, make sure you subscribe to the channel, brony. All you guys, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm pretty sure Brad Stevens is subscribed. Kim Jong-un, make sure you subscribe, bro. Brad Stevens is in love with me. I know you are, bro. I know you're the greatest Celtics coach of all time. Brad Stevens, dude, the Celtics coach. And obtuse. I'm a big boy, dude. I'm a big boy. Kim Jong-un. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, though. More subscribers we have, the better, though. The more simps, the better. More likes, the more subscribes we have. It does help the channel grow, so I want to thank everybody who's getting involved in the chat right now. My man, Brad Stevens. What a stud. Thank you, Brad Stevens, for subscribing. Sasha 1970s 17s, please make sure you subscribe. Kim Jong-un, please subscribe as well. All you guys, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. And I always like to... Oh, God. I can't talk like this for a long time because Chris Hansen... I love Chris Hansen, by the way. Chris Hansen's my boy, dude. Chris Hansen's so dope. I'm Chris Hansen. Hi, Billy Mays here. Billy Mays is the GOAT, dude. I think Billy Mays might be the greatest pitchman. Pretty much the greatest pitchman of all time. I would say Billy Mays is, if I were to have some sort of GOAT list, he would definitely be on the greatest of all time when it comes to pitchmen. I think we all can say that we love Billy Mays, dude. We're Billy Mays fanatics here on this channel, and you know, we've been huge fans of Billy Mays for a very long time. And thank you, Kim Jong-un, for subscribing. I appreciate you, my brony brother. So many bronies, dude. So many bronies. So little time. I'm an influencer. This show's great, man. I have so much fun doing this show. And we're on our way to 10,000 subs, which is fantastic, by the way. 10,000 subscribers. We're killing it. The show just gets better and better, man. Yeah, I was going to say, but yeah, no, I really do. And we'll finish this real quick. So also another thing about putting all your equity into your primary home, it's risky, man, because it concentrates all your wealth into one illiquid, highly leveraged asset, which costs you can't diversify away. Another thing is high transaction costs. Look at realtor fees, closing costs, inspection. I already said that. Home equity can be hard and expensive to tap. Check this out. HELOCs and cash out refis depend on credit, income, appraisal, and lending standards. In downturns, banks tighten right when people want access. So leverage cuts both ways. Homes are commonly leveraged mortgage. Leverage amplifies gains and losses. A modest price drop can wipe out a big chunk of your equity. So there's also ongoing negative carry costs. So property tax is one thing to consider. Insurance, maintenance, repairs, the Homeowners Association, F them, utilities and capital expenditures, roof and then HVAC. These drag on returns in a way many people underestimate. So getting a home is not what it's cut out to be. I'm actually against home ownership at this point. Look, if you were purchasing a home in like the 2000s or whatever, I would say you're smart. If you're purchasing a home in today's era, in today's age, there might be something mentally wrong with you, and that's my opinion. But also returns are often overstated because people ignore these costs. A home price chart doesn't include maintenance, upgrade, insurance, taxes on the opportunity cost of tied up capital. Also, concentration plus life risk overlap. If you lose a job in a local recession, it can hit your home value at the same time. So your income and net worth can drop together. So that's huge, man. A lot of my income and my net worth is tied up into my investments, my stock investments. I'm highly diversified in my portfolio. Michael Donaldson has 28 solar panels and oh, wow. Damn, dude, you're living off the grid. Dude, my man, 28 solar panels? That Hawaiian sunshine's pretty much out all year, dude, and you got the Tesla batteries installed, which is even better. Mr. Donaldson said, I'd rather have any amount of equity than pay rent and have nothing when it's time to move. So that's the thing, dude. I'm not tied. So here's the thing. My rent is pretty low, but also there's also costs that I don't have to pay by renting. Also, I have a lot more excess cash than most homeowners do, so I'm able to put that excess cash that I have into actual investments. I don't consider a home an investment. I really don't. I consider it a money pit. I consider it a pure black hole. That's unpopular to say, I know. And everybody has a right to their own opinions. You guys are going to hate me for saying that because I'm assuming there's a lot of people in the chat who own their own home. And granted, if you own your own home and you got it at a low interest rate, no, seriously, good for you. Like, I am actually supportive of that. But if you got your home at a very expensive cost, at a ridiculous interest rate, I don't know, dude. I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, if I couldn't afford to live where I live, I could live out of my car. I wouldn't want to, by the way. I'm not saying that's the goal. I'm just saying if I had to, I could, because I constantly I have my investments. All my investments pay me. Every single investment that I have pays me, and it's fairly consistent. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but it's fairly consistent. Okay, your house is paid off, no rent, no mortgage. And by the way, that is fantastic. And when the time comes that you have to sell your house, you'll be able to sell your house. Good for you. I just have a different mindset when it comes to home ownership. You know, you're not diversified in any way when you own just like a couple homes, even 3 homes. Like, I own a ton of real estate investment trusts. That gets me diversified. It keeps me on the straight and narrow. I buy and hold. I never sell. I get dividend income up the butt from all my real estate investment trusts. I get a consistent income, man. So the beauty is consistent income is a thing for me when it comes to my investments. My investments matter. I want to drink some coffee here in just a second. One moment. Sounds like the coffee's just about done. We'll hear the beep in just a second when the coffee's all squared away. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Michael Donaldson. I'm still going to stay diversified. I'm still going to have my portfolio. And maybe eventually I'll get a home. But to be honest, I'd probably just end up getting a tiny home. You know what I mean? I do want to buy a plot of land because I do believe land is important to own, because land should appreciate in value and keep you protected against inflation for the most part. But I think raw land, if you can get it at a good deal, is very valuable, even if it has no home on it. Oh, cool. Oh, coffee's done. Let's see. Michael Donaldson says, you're young, you have time. Land is a great investment, but do your research before you purchase. Absolutely, yeah. I actually want to ask ChatGPT, because I wonder if ChatGPT can help me. I want to buy land with no house on it currently. How would I go about simply purchasing land? By the way, I've got tons of real estate investment trusts, which allow me to stay diversified in the real estate sector. So I'm good at the end of the day. And Driving with Spice is right. Yep, absolutely. I believe diversification is an important thing in the world of investing. If you're going to be a long-term investor, Driving with Spices, but many wealthy people now, right? Exactly, because if you have investments that pay for your rent, like my dividends could, in theory, if I chose to, could pay for my rent every month. Straight up. Nothing would stop that. Fry from 98 says, put your jelly on my belly. No, thanks. A house usually is good for large families. Yeah, and the thing is, for me personally, I just... owning a home just doesn't sound appealing to me. It used to when I was younger, because I felt like house prices were more reasonable, but they're not. Even renting, I'm lucky I rent where I rent. I'm a good tenant, to be honest. I'm a very good tenant. But like, not everybody is, and they don't raise the rent on me. I mean, who knows? Knock on wood, they could if they wanted to, and maybe they will. But I've been very fortunate. True. Michael Donaldson says your dividends could also pay for your mortgage, and in the end, you'll have equity in your home. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And now Driving with Spice is saying, write all the insurance and investments and repairs on homes. Yeah, I do think that that homes can be a bit of a money pit. Okay, so here's what ChatGPT told me. So buying vacant land is basically the same purchase process as a house, but with a few extra due diligence steps, because land can be unusable. No legal access, can't build, no water, septic, etc. Here's a clean way to do it. Decide what land means for your goal. Use case: build a home later, park an RV, hunting, recreation, investment, hold, small farm, etc. Location plus minimum size. Must have utilities, power at road, will possible septic approval. Find properties, places people commonly shop, or local MLS listings via an agent. County tax, foreclosure, auctions, higher risk, lots of homework, land sites, Land Watch, Lands of America, calling local owners for sale by owner. Deals happen a lot with land. A local agent who sells land is worth it because they know the zoning access issues and which areas are buildable. Run a vacant land checklist before you commit. There are big deal breakers. One, legal access is huge. Does the parcel touch a public road, or is it landlocked? If access is via a private road, is there a recorded easement? There's also zoning plus buildability. What is the zoning and minimum lot size? Can you build the type of structure that you want? Any CC&Rs, HOA rules, any restrictions like wetlands, floodplain, slope, slide risks? There's plenty of issues. Yeah, here's the thing, Michael Donaldson. I will say this. My car, if I needed to, I got my car at a really good deal. So it's going to be around for a while. I don't mind having a car on an auto loan. Honestly, I use my car for business purposes. So in a lot of ways, it pays for itself in that sense. But yeah, I use my car for business purposes primarily. So I'm able to use that for tax write-offs. Yep, Michael Donaldson says, watch out for zoning, flooding, landlocked, HOA, etc. Be careful. Yeah, and that's the thing about, purchasing any plot of land. And homeowners associations are so fucking annoying. HOAs suck. Oh, cool. Well, it sounds like Michael Donaldson does all of his stuff on his own, which is impressive, man. That's pretty impressive. It's a lot more affordable than hiring out. No, I know what you meant, man. I knew what you meant. Yeah, no, doing all your repairs on your own. If you have those skills, man, just work those skills, bro. That's incredible. I will say I'm lucky that I'm a good investor. I'm lucky I'm a very competent investor. It has helped quite a bit. If I wasn't a competent investor, man, I'd be screwed. Referring to okay. Bushes and large trees. See, that's another thing, man. If you're buying a plot of land and it's next to a lot of trees, oof, that could be a little troubling. That could be tough. Give me one moment. I'm going to pour myself a glass of decaffeinated coffee. I kind of, less on it, but got my coffee here. Hell, Michael Donaldson's on to something, man. I mean, you could really use the land for whatever you want. There's usually no limit. Well, there can be limits, actually, but just depends on a few factors. They call me Michael Garza. Okay, let's see. How y'all doing? You guys feeling very sexy? I want to thank everybody who's taken the time to subscribe to the channel, though. We're at 6,552 subscribers. Count that, 6,552 subscribers. The more subscribers we get, the better, so make sure you tap the subscribe button. We are growing very rapidly as a channel, and I can't thank you guys enough. I got to thank everybody who's been a part of this process and really has been, you guys have all been very supportive. And for that, I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I didn't think I'd have such a supportive fan base overall, but I never thought I'd see the day, man. It's incredible. Oh, yeah, my arms are so sore, though. Michael Donaldson, man, dude. Honestly, Michael Donaldson's a stud. So, whatever Michael Donaldson says, man, I think, I can never endorse anybody technically, but I will say this. I love Michael Donaldson's point of view, man, because it is based on his experience. And I do find that whenever I listen to Michael Donaldson, I do take into what he's saying, even though I'm not the biggest fan of owning real estate. At least owning real estate on my own, I prefer to own the companies that actually own the real estate and lease out the real estate traditionally. At least it's my take on it. But hey, that's just me, man. Oh, coffee's a little bit hot. Oh, Chris Guthrie, am I winning? Okay, so I made it to the championship. I'm in the championship. So there's 2 weeks, right? I'm on week number 1 of the championship. And then after this, there's week 2, and then obviously whoever has the most total fantasy points in this 2-week span is the winner of the championship. So it's me versus my home dog. Here we go. Langlois hot dog pastada. That's actually Jacob Pistana. So versing him this week. Now I'm projected to have less points than him, but honestly, my matchups are a lot better than his. And Bijan Robinson, while he is a fantastic running back, I think he might be a little limited right now. I mean, he's kicked ass this year. He's going up against a Rams defense, though, who I think they've been kind of... I don't know. They've been kind of touch and go against the run. I can't remember if they're good against the run right now, but I think I have the better matchups this week. So I have a bit of a sizable advantage, I think, from what I could tell. I got my boy Joe Burrow. So, yeah, I'm hoping I win. I really do like the matchups, though. The matchups this week are incredible. But I'm drinking decaffeinated coffee. I only scooped up like 1 cup of it. I just like the flavor. Oh. Whoa. Never mind. Why are you rooting against me, dude? Chris, why are you rooting against me, bro? Is it because I'm Diddy is straight? Diddy is straight. You look at that. Look at my team, dude. That's my team. I got Joe Burrow, Ramondre Stevenson. I do have. I think Trevion Henderson's actually going to be out for this game, so I put Ramondre Stevenson in there proactively. Of course, if things change, I'm going to put Henderson in instead. But I got Tyrone Tracy, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride, Kenneth Gainwell, Texans defense and stuff. Yeah, so it's I got a pretty sexy one, man. Tyler, whoa. For a minute, he's definitely the future. Wait. Tyler. Wait, I can't remember. Chris, what team are you, I can't think right now. Chris, so what is the NFL team that you root for? Chris Guthrie says LSU heavy team worked out for you. Hey, honestly, they're all great receivers. Jamar Chase is incredible. I got lucky. I got Justin Jefferson. Surprisingly, I got some decent running backs too. But yeah, I got pretty lucky. I lucked out quite a bit on my picks. And let's see. He's got Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's kind of a beast, but he's a lot older. Yeah, I think I definitely have the advantage because I got Trey McBride. I feel like Trey McBride gives me the biggest advantage over my opponent. I really do. I think Trey McBride is incredible. My buddy is lacking a pretty good quarterback. He's got the Saints QB, which I don't know. I got Joe Burrow, which is nice. I love Joe Burrow. I was lucky enough to pick him up because somebody dropped him in my league, which was wild. I got Kenneth Gainwell. I think he's going to do pretty well. Yeah, I think Trevion Henderson's going to be out this next game just because I think he's still probably going to be on the concussion protocol is what I believe. But who knows? Maybe he'll be out of it in no time. Maybe he's on maybe he'll be back in the swing of things. Who knows? Oh, man. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Feeling pretty good. Oh, man. Like, it's tough for me to lift my arms like I'm trying to. Oh, dude. I got to stretch. I got to see if I can at least. Ah! Oh, that's painful. Whew. Chris Guthrie likes the Saints. Hell yeah, dude. So your boy, Tyler Slew. Yeah, I think he'll be a pretty good quarterback for the Saints, but yeah, I don't got a lot of faith in the Saints, man. I'm a little nervous about my boy Joe Burrow. Ding Dong says he saw me in 7-Eleven destroying the toilets. Oh my God. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. But tap the subscribe, tap the like button as well. But the more likes, the more subscribes, the better. It does help the channel grow. So thank you guys for all your assistance in all this and keeping the channel very sexy and very good. overall. Amazing. But also, thank you guys for tapping the like button as well. You guys, a lot of people have tapped the like button and tapped the subscribe button. Yeah, I greatly appreciate that, man. You guys are helping this channel grow to no end, and it's amazing. Well, the Saints, I don't know, man. I think you guys, Chris, you're going to hate me for this, bro. I just don't think you guys are on the right track. I mean, maybe you are. Alvin Kamara is too old at this point, man. As much as I love Alvin Kamara, I think he's a fantastic running back, but he's getting too old. I just don't think he's the same guy. I intentionally avoid older running backs in fantasy, though, just because in fantasy, an older running back has a bigger chance of getting injured. I kind of look at probabilities when I'm playing fantasy, and I kind of get a lot of the younger wide receivers is what I draft early, guys with no real injury history, that sort of thing. I try to get those guys. If they have an injury history, I usually have them on a do not draft list. So I think it's very important, though, to have a do not draft list in fantasy. I firmly believe this. So what do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do I have a juicy man thong? If there was a habit that was ethically wrong and just also harmful to me, I'd stop it for sure. It was really tough for me to quit smoking cigarettes, but I found alternatives to cigarettes, I don't know if energy drinks are any better at the end of the day, but, energy drinks, I will say, for the most part, have kept me away from cigarettes I still, from time to time, have a little bit of a craving for a cigarette because I do love nicotine. But at the same time, like, I got caffeine, as my alternative. So, but yeah, quitting smoking was very difficult for me. It was very difficult, but I do recommend people quit. Quitting cigarettes is, smoking is so bad. I'm just glad I don't do it anymore. I don't know, a snowy man. I think one can fairly has to trust their own judgment, or else they're just fooling themselves. Look, I think it's stupid. You gotta trust your own judgment, bro. You should always trust your own judgment, man. Because I will admit, I would rather be confident than have a lack of confidence. If you're constantly unsure of yourself and stuff, I think that's just bad. It's not good. You got to have at least some certainty about yourself. You know what I mean? At least that's my take on it. So I'm probably going to end the live stream here in just a little bit. I figure 3 hours is good enough. I'm going to go outside and take a walk. I think a walk will be good for me and help clear my mind. I got to keep my mind as clear as possible and things like that. Feeling good though. Yeah, once I'm done with this coffee, I'll probably go out for a bit of a walk and kind of do my thing. I want to apologize. The bandwidth appears to be a little bit messed up. I probably just got to reset my router. It's most likely the situation. But I want to thank everybody who's taken the time to subscribe to this channel and like the videos and stuff and like the live streams. It really does help quite a bit. Just you guys tapping that subscribe button means a lot, man. Adrian, what up, dude? What up, Brony? Trying to get more subscribers, more simps, but it's working. It's working to some degree, which is shocking. Shocking. Chris is saying we need Garza Gaming channel in real life. That'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, I was thinking about doing first-person basketball shooting, like, you know, where I like play ball and stuff. Maybe live stream that. I'd probably put the camera somehow on my shoulders. Don't know how I'd pull it off, but I'd probably find a way. I was thinking I might get one of those VR headsets. Maybe. That allows you to like put the phone in it or something and then just like strap it to you. Kind of dope. I'm not too sure how I'd pull it off, but I'd find a way. I want to find a way to put... I was thinking about buying like some shoulder pads. Some pads I can just put on my shoulders. And then like have something that can keep my phone in a slot. So you guys can get a shoulder viewpoint of my life. Maybe I walk around town or something. Adrian says, did you see the comment I said on one of your shorts? I don't know yet. I haven't been checking my comments as much. I do need to reply to all your guys' comments as soon as possible, though. I'm sorry, I've been slacking on the response side of things. I will admit, now that Christmas is done and over with, I feel less depressed, you know. Here's the thing. Christmas is tough because I don't like the way most people act during Christmas time. It's tough. And I don't feel like people... It's tough to be around a lot of people during Christmas time. Asking how's my boyfriend? Well, I don't know, dude. You talking about my AI boyfriend? You guys are killing me, man. Killing me. What the hell? That's funny, man. That's a good comment. I dig it. Michael Saylor. Are you Michael Saylor? Saylor Rubenstein. Are you related to Michael Saylor? Probably not, but if you are related to Michael Saylor, man, you're the man. Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is going to save the world with his Bitcoin. Michael Saylor is going to save the world. I'm drinking it like this to piss people off. What is your My Little Pony character? Brony Hansen. That's my favorite My Little Pony character is Brony Hansen. He catches all the bronies who are pedoing, basically. Hold on, I gotta lift. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh. Yeah, both the back muscles really sore. Really, really sore. Holy crap, man. But I'm feeling juiced. Feeling juiced, man. I'm feeling juiced. I don't play any music on here just because I'm afraid of getting copyright struck. So I avoid playing music at all. I usually sing songs though, in my certain key. I'll cover songs by just singing them. It's pretty hot. Everybody wants it. One of these times, though, I do need to play some stuff on my keyboard. That'll be cool. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Oh, Chris Guthrie saying get that famous organist to do a collaboration. Oh, are you talking about my boy Edward, who is playing at the Egyptian Theater? He was doing his thing at the Egyptian Theater, playing the organ. It was pretty tight. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though, if you guys haven't done so already. I'm pretty sure everybody here is already subscribed. But, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you tap that subscribe button. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. What are you guys talking about, bronies? What are we doing? Hold on. My brony brothers. It is I, your host. All right, you guys, I am done streaming for the moment. I'm a little tired. I got some stuff I want to do, so I'll catch you all later. Stay safe, stay sexy. Do your thing, you guys. Do your thing, man. So tasty. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though, before we end the stream, if you haven't already. Make sure you like the stream as well. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in so many ways. So tap that like button. Tap the subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Because we are chodes deep down. They're not. My eyebrows aren't on, but make sure you tap the like button, brony. Tap that like button. And if you're not subscribed, you gotta subscribe, bro. You're a pink brony, bro. And you dance at the gay club. Oh, my God. I'm just having fun on stage in my hooves. I'm wearing a man thong down at the Pink Brony Club.